Why hello everybody and welcome back to another part or another episode of Airport CEO Alpha 35.5-3. There was a little update where they just patched up a little bit, made it a little bit more stable, but on the whole, yeah, just a few stability patch there, but on the whole, nothing much has changed, so that's good news. Alpha 35 is looking banging. Please check out the previous episodes where we look into sort of our baggage handling system, which we've got here with the small amount of baggage security and everything there, so really good. We also had fun placing remote stands. Of course we did, let's be honest, that's the most fun thing in the world. And then finally, also have a check about our other stands and our actual baggage drops, which are sort of automated, so no need for people to actually be doing any work there. So nice automated baggage drops. So today I think we're going to invest in a medium runway, and we're going to stick a couple of medium aircraft down. What I was going to do was build a new terminal for this, but money is lacking, and we want to make sure we have enough money. And we don't want to take out too big of a loan moving forward. So this has to be a manageable airport as well. So we will do that. Right now, it sort of makes sense to have maybe a couple of medium attached to here, and then run up to a runway up here. That would be my instinct. The other thing as well is obviously service vehicles won't have a problem, but may have a slight issue coming around the corner at the moment. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, and we could always, because we do have a road already running underneath the building, we can have this road actually end up going up here. So, not the end of the world, but we'll sort something out. Now, so, the first thing we need to worry about is how much does a medium runway cost? 150 grand. We have 197. So I think what we do is we put our medium runway in first, and I'm quite happy for it to be along the top here. No real issue there. In fact, having it pretty close to this runway isn't the end of the world either. I know they wouldn't cross over in real life like this, and I will have them all facing the same way when I open the whole map. But right now, having a medium runway here, we can have... It doesn't really matter which way around. I think we go that way around. And we place it as high up as we can to start off with. I'm going to place it there. Cool. That's cost us a lot of money. What we also need to make sure we get in place is our exits and entrances. These are pretty cheap. Like so. And then this one. Like so. Quite like that. Brilliant. So now we're actually down to 34 grand. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to need a loan. I don't think this is going to be enough. This is definitely too much, and the hourly cost is quite extortionate. This one's probably just right, as Goldilocks would say. So we're going to take the loan out with Foxy. We can always repay it, so there's no big deal here. And what we're definitely going to need to get in place is a taxi service. So what I will do... is we'll have a little runoff there and a little runoff there, and then we will push this here like so. There we go. Lovely stuff. So it looks actually nice and big. Nice big runway for medium-sized planes. Quite like that indeed. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Then what we're going to do is, just for now, I know it's not a very big not a very big terminal, but I'm quite happy with these being here. There's enough seats and stuff that we can make this sort of work. The other option, of course, is by building more terminal, but I want to keep the cost low and just start milking money from medium aircraft as soon as possible. So this can definitely at the moment be a domestic flight terminal, so I'm pretty happy with that, how that sort of all sits out. So what I was thinking is having sort of, if this works, it's sort of having like a little corridor, like not a very big, where it's got its own sort of like seating area. Or we could just expand the terminal slightly. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of having them directly connect to the taxiway. That's the only other issue. Should we just do it for now, and then we can always change it? I'm just trying to think. I know all you are there going, just put it down. Put it down, boy. Just put it down. So I'm thinking we get 2 in. 1 there. 1 here. Oh, actually, I've changed my mind. I'm only going to extend it by 2, I think. 1 there, and 1 there. Right? That's the plan. Then what we'll do is we'll get some... like you and you. Quite like that. Lovely stuff. I'm pretty pleased with that. And then what we do is we go terminal, foundation, and we come out to there. And we can make the whole thing quite large, actually. Then what we can do is remove this wall here, like so. And then remove this wall here, like so. And then I think we can expand this to that. And it will be connected once we put the door in place. So don't worry about that too much. So we can actually do them now. So let's put the doors in place. Where is it? Terminal? Yepers. Large doors. Again, the one thing I sort of wish they did was just... there we go. Loving that. So, yeah, they're still going to build this. This is all going to take a minute anyway. We've spent all of our money, which is good news, I suppose. And I think we've got enough desks here, probably to deal with this. Because we noticed that one of these wasn't being used, and it still isn't. And that desk isn't being used. So we've probably actually got enough to deal with this right now, which is good news. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going to pan out. You will notice that I did do some beautification, just a little bit of beautification. That was mainly because so I could do a thumbnail for afterwards. These people are actually hungry, so we will need to put a restaurant in as well. So we could do that in this episode as well. I quite like that this is cornered off as well. It's a bit of a small corridor, but I don't mind. So yeah, they're actually cracking on. Another thing I did, I've just realised as well, I'm just like completely blanking here. One thing I definitely did do in the last episode, because we were having issues with traffic here, and you notice I've moved the small car, service cars. Downstairs I moved it. You all saw it at the beginning of the episode, I forgot to mention it. So now, they're down here, so what can happen is this is a staff room only for our ramp agents. They all chill out here now, and then when they need to go to one of the remote stands, they'll wait for the service cars to come downstairs, as you can see. Yeah, and then they all have a one-way system where they go around, and there's no traffic. So now you won't get any blockage of traffic here. And what that should do is it should free up our boarding and deboarding of passengers, etc. Yeah, that's what it should do. That's what it should do. I'm going to check a couple of things, because, yeah, we've got baggage handling enabled. So that's fine. It just appeared, look, there's baggage there, but this doesn't... oh, there we go. So that's actually deboarding now. So, yeah. A bit alarmed this flight hasn't taken off yet. There seems to be a traffic jam because of the flights taking off. So I don't know... they're not exactly... This is meant to be auto-planned. They're not exactly doing a great job. Because it's building up traffic here. Oh dear. What we'll end up doing is having a takeoff runway, but there's just not a lot of space here right now, so we'll have to revisit that at another date. But yeah, you'd normally have a takeoff runway and a landing runway in this situation. Now, our builders are getting stuff done, which is absolutely great. We will end up building chairs and hedges all around here, so that looks great. We've already got things over here placed, ready for these. So what we're going to do is is grab this and go connect baggage bay, which we will. Voyar. And grab this and connect baggage bay, which we will. Hiya. And just like that, we've got baggage bay. There's no boarding desk yet, which we're going to put in place. So go desks. We always go for the medium one for this aircraft. So if we go Badoom and Badoom like so. And then what we also need to do is go like this, because that wall's now missing. And that should connect this up. So it should all be one secure zone now. Which is good news. I quite like that. But it's all connected. That's the important thing. Then we could look at beginning to beautify this area. So we use this sort of, this is our sort of average Joe fancy mat here. So yeah, we've got 82 grand, so we should be able to fancy mat this up. I think it's that colour, is it? Yeah, it is that colour. Change that back. So it's this colour. So what I'm going to do for now is this corridor here effectively is going to be that sort of fancy mat, which is absolutely fine. Then, in fact, I might get rid of... Actually, no, it's fine there. And if we do this and fancy mat it all the way down like that. So that's sort of like our central square, if that makes sense. I could even come 6 across here, actually. I think that'll be quite nice. It might be a bit too much down that way, but either way, I'm not really that fussed. And then what we can do is this light blue. I quite like this light blue. It's quite nice. This light blue is going to be like sort of the gatekeeper. So where the gates are there, I was thinking having this nice light blue. Oh yeah, it can go into the gate actually. That's fine. There we go. Lovely stuff. So it looks quite nice. And then I was thinking of having another colour, another fancy matte colour. But this time this colour there. Or is that a bit too gopping? Or maybe that should be the path. Because here, that dark grey actually is the walkway. So maybe... This is costing a lot of money just to keep double checking this. I probably should have... We could go complete blue. It's just contrasting, isn't it? The other option, of course, is by going marble as the main floor. I'm going to do that. 500 quid. There we go. Marble is the new pathway. I quite like that. That'll do for now. Why not? I'm going to use the rich blue here for the areas. We're going to change the colours of the chairs, so don't worry about that too much. We will have some more chairs over there, but that looks quite nice. I don't think that looks unhealthy. But what I'm also going to do is change these to dark blue as well, because they'll match. I'm actually only going to do up to there, because that costs a little bit more money. $40, $40, $40, and I do need to get that one in. Maybe I'll bring the hedge down one more. That would probably be advantageous. There we go. So everything's beginning to take shape and actually have a pattern. We will build a nice white path down here, probably using that. Was it, which marble was it? That marble? Probably that marble. And that can all come down here. There we go, to there. There we go. There we are. A little bit of personality to it a little bit now. So that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about the checking desks too much. But it does work. So I quite like that. Now, they should have built everything now. Oh, they're nearly done. Brilliant. Excellent. So what we can start doing is start actually planning our seating and stuff. So, obviously, more seating required here because it's a medium aircraft. So if we go 3 there, I'm actually going to put 4 in. Then what we're going to do is have some laptop tables, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then we get some lovely decoration. Little hedges here and here and here. A hedge going around like so, and like so, and like so. I quite like that. That'll look quite nice when it's done. So it's like its own area. This can be a shop. A restaurant, actually. I think we're going to make there. So I quite like that. And then what we can do, I'm hoping, is grab that. That's inconvenient because of the thing. Maybe if we grab it all and then marry up with where that is, it'll place everything else apart from there. There we go, that works. So there we go. Now we have our little walkway. Everything seems to look nice and beautiful. They're going to start building all that stuff. That's great. This is now practically done. So what we can do is measure this up like so, like that, and like that. So there we go. That's actually done. Nice. And then like that. Then what we should have is an active runway, which is only taking commercial flights for medium aircrafts, which is good news. We'll have 2 stands, which are both now open. I'm not going to be fussed on actually choosing airlines for them right now. What we need to do is connect the desk to the stand, like so, and connect the desk to the stand, like so. So now everything's ready to go. The stands are open. The one thing they need is an open runway, which they've got. So, right now, we should be able to take medium flights. And they're going to. So as soon as one comes in, they'll start the COO and CIO will immediately book the flights in. And I think this should handle it. Security may have fun here. Because right now it's really easy because there are only 1 or 2 passengers coming through the airport. But security should handle this pretty well. I like how the hedges are turning out. So let's get the... I'm going to get the blue mat in place because it's quite nice at the moment. And what we'll end up doing, when airlines are dedicated to those things, we'll start changing them to colours of the airlines. So that's the plan. So right now, I think what we'll do, we'll definitely come to there. And definitely to there, I think. So one over at the chair, so definitely that whole thing there. And then up to there. And then we'll get the light blue. Because that's going to effectively be the queue. Like that, I think. I think that works, doesn't it? There we go, yeah, that looks quite nice. We'll make this, not concrete, we'll make it marble here. So that's absolutely fine. So there we go, everything's beginning to take shape in our airport and look relatively like an airport. So I would say I'm pretty pleased with that. A lot of traffic here because of this bus. So this bus is waiting to go into that space. It's causing a backlog of traffic. Yeah, that's not ideal. So really, we need to... Yeah, we were going to be changing a little bit of this area, I think later on. Right now it's not the end of the world, because no flights are late. So that's good news. But the small flights are sort of semi-handling themselves despite this little traffic jam. It's less of a traffic jam than there was when the service cars were here. And that's why we're not having any real issues. Although that could definitely all change. Anything can happen. People are sitting at these desks. Have we got flights ready for these? The answer's yes. Stripe Air got straight in there, didn't they? No messing around. So well done to Stripe Air. They're involved. Saturday's full, by the way. So a small aircraft's taking flights away from our larger aircraft. Just letting you know. Which isn't great. We want them to. So we might end up closing one of these stands. Probably a remote stand first, I would have thought. The other option is to actually, which we haven't done in this episode, is to do some R&D projects, because we can do multiple terminals, and applying for an ultimate commercial license, because then we can handle 200 flights. That's the other thing. In fact, we might start doing that. We do need more administrators, though. So for now, get off reduced project time, stick our 10 on there, give 1 there, I suppose, and then we won't deal with that a minute. We'll have to build a bigger office because this office just can't handle it. And that's fine, because down here we can build a new office because this is staff only area. I do like this area, it's pretty cool. And what we can actually end up doing is building another office here that connects to there. I quite like this idea. and then putting in another large door. It's quite a nice area, isn't it, if you're coming to chill out. And this is going to be another staff area, staff room zone there, and it's only going to be for administrators, and it's going to be a very busy room. There we go, I think that's quite nice. And then we can put some sofas in place. Oh, how beautiful. And then we can put some plants in place. There we go. They're going to be super duper happy, the people in here. Oh, aren't they just? Look at that. How wonderful. What a beautiful room. And then we'll put some similar carpet down, because quite frankly they shouldn't complain if they've got a nice room. There we go. How about that? How beautiful. So this here is a really clear all types is going to be for administrators only. Okay. And then I'm going to put it as our director's room as well. So only these guys can go in. Contractors, passenger service agents and all that can still use the upstairs staff room. This is only for administrators. We're still going to have administrators in this staff room because I still need them working there. And it looks like we've got more, because I think these are administrators. I think we've got more administrators than we have computers. But that's the plan, and then they'll come down here and it's a special room for them. I don't think they're going to make that conscious decision yet, but just having it there, it looks a bit more office-like. I quite like it. So we'll definitely get that in place. And then what we'll do is go to staff, and we'll go to hire administrators, and we're going to hire all of you, and then you're going to come into work. And then what we can do, we probably will hire more, probably, is I'm going to slap 2 of you on here and 2 of you researching the ultimate commercial license, and that should make a difference. I think we should pluck away. It apparently takes 4 days, but I think it'd be a little bit quicker than that, especially when we've got all our things. Now, a service job vehicle, I don't really understand what the issue is here. There we go. Not quite sure what's going on here, what these fuel tankers are doing. Can't reach a stand. I don't understand your issue. All the stands are available. Oh crap. No, they can't. You're right. 100% right. See, sometimes when you're playing this game, you forget the obvious. And of course, it's the service vehicles. So we're going to come here. Yeah, we can go on to the pathway there. That's not an issue. These are going to be late, these flights. And they might not be, actually. We might get away with it. We'll see what happens. So we can go on runways. That's not an issue. Yeah, I'm working on it. What I might do is just dismiss these aircrafts once they're boarded. We probably want some passenger service agents as well, just to be on the safe side. So staff, passenger service agents, passenger service agents, and just hire all of them. They're not very good, any of those really, but doesn't really matter. What's key here is that our builders get across and start building this service road pretty urgently. There we go. So they have pretty much built it, which is good news. There we go. So now we shouldn't have any issues, I'm hoping. Apart from there's a traffic jam again. That buggered. There we go. Oh my word. And the other issue is we've got no pushback trucks, of course. Medium aircrafts require pushback trucks. So that's very important. What we could also do with is a couple of boat loaders, and we'll do that in a minute. So we got 2 pushback trucks. There we go. 2 stair trucks. Oh my word, we definitely needed all of this. This is not good. Should we hire 2 more of these small pull force baggage truck, or should we get 2 of the large ones? Let's get 2 of the large ones in, and then we'll get another Fjord Jet A1. Don't worry. Somehow it pushed back. With no pushback truck. Which is rather amusing. So, let's go. Our products have arrived. Good. So if we go to our vehicles, what you should see here... Oh, let's wait till they actually get here. There we go. So you've got a pushback truck here. We can actually assign it to a stand. So we're going to... oh, there's a second page. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Remotes. What the hell? Medium stand 13, right, okay. And then that pushback truck, go medium stand 14. Stair truck, medium stand 13, medium stand 14, which is good. And then the larger baggage trucks need to be assigned to medium stand 13 and medium stand 14. And what we should have now is agents forced to leave a cut with no ramp agents. Do we not have enough ramp agents now? Probably not. Ramp agents, hire more ramp agents. That's good news for us because we need ramp agents. These are the little things you need to worry about when you're not... Yeah, service car shutting ramp agents to a remote stand was forced to leave a stop without any ramp agents on board. I love this, like, consider building a staff room next to the ramp where the ramp agents get picked up. I have. It's there. There's just no ramp agents. I'm hiring as many as I can. They are coming. They've just got to go to work. So, other than that, everything's looking good. There's not too much traffic here, so this is all managing quite nicely, which is good news. And it's not really... There's a bit of a blockage here, but nothing too drastic, I don't think. So I'm pretty happy there. What would be a good idea is to put this under here and then coil it back over here so it's not interrupting with vehicles coming in. That would be something I might do. But we might move this anyway, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Because as you can see, anything that's trying to turn this way is just slowing down traffic here. And you want them in your airport as long as possible, so you're benefiting from things like shop sales and stuff like that. We do need to put a restaurant in place. Is this airplane actually going to take off now? It's due to. It's just going to do the luggage. We could do with belt loaders and putting them on these, but there we go. So the good news is we've made a little bit of money. The bad news is we've got no medium flights until this evening. And now this flight's bugging out because apparently remote stand 8 is still there. So why is it still there is the question. It's just delayed. It's not boarded any passengers either. Oh no, it was just leaving. So I think traffic's an issue here, and we will have to look at it moving forward. Yeah, it's something I'll have to look at. Probably I will worry about the small stands and stuff like that off camera. I think the key here is to get the mediums up and running, and really to get flights actually moving. So, going to make a decision here. We're going to turn off a remote stand, mainly because we want to put as many flights as possible on medium stands, right? So, for now we'll turn one off. I can't close it yet because it's got an aircraft associated to it. I don't want to... Yeah, I want it to be... No, can't do that one. Can't do that one. We'll wait till the next one leaves and then we'll fob it off. Right, so as soon as one of these flights leave... That one's leaving very shortly. That one's leaving relatively shortly. These are all leaving around the same time. So as soon as one of these planes leave, which will be very, very shortly, what we'll do is we will close that remote stand. I don't mind which one it is. It's just worth doing so that... I think it might be this flight that leaves first. It'll also ease traffic here. Ideally, actually, I want it to be one of these, but no, we're going to close that stand. Yes, please. There we go. So we've closed that stand. It's done. Now what that should allow us to do is book flights on our medium stand. Just for now. And then once we've unlocked the large ATC tower, which we're very close to unlocking, we can then reopen that. And once we've probably sorted out traffic issues here. Because right now, look how closely they're booking all these flights together. I would probably have separated some of that. But we should have loads of space now to put in some medium flights. That's the plan moving forward. What I am going to do before we finish the episode, because I think it's very, very cool if we got this done, is I am going to quickly shove in a restaurant/cafe. And it's going to be that big. I quite like it there. That's lovely. It's currently closed, I know. And what we'll do is we will... God, that's loud. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's get things in place. So it's not going to be a cooking place. It's going to be just a cafe, which is absolutely fine. What we're going to want is a large desk, is where you're going to pay for your foods and drinks, which is going to be there. And then what we can do, we need some display fridges, which we're going to put along the top of that like that. I think that looks quite nice. We're going to have a nice coffee machine. We're going to put that there. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Doesn't that already look beautiful? And then what we're going to do is we're going to splotch some tables. I'm going to do the round tables. I don't normally do the round tables, but I'm going to do some round tables there, there, and there. And we can also go there, 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 and there. And then what we'll do is we'll get a square table here, and we'll put a booth in here, here, here. I quite like that. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that for now. And then what we'll do is I quite like the actual booths. So we'll go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. And then I'm going to actually have actual nice round chairs. Look at that. Absolute beautiful uniformity for our cafe. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. And what we should be able to do is straight away sign someone. The Bean actually want loads. I don't think we've got... I want it to be a 2-star. So Bell Beer probably are the best. So let's get Bell Beer in. Probably want to get a beer tap in there. I don't know whether that actually makes a difference. But it's there now. So there we go. So they'll all fit that, and we can start looking at opening Bell Beer. One thing I like doing with these is putting a nice wooden floor down. So let's put this nice wooden floor down there. Oh, lovely. There we go. So we've got Bell Beer now, which is a new cafe, which is open. So people can straight away go there to start eating and having a snack and stuff before their flights. And look at that, straight away people are like, yes, fantastic, thank you Bell Beer. How wonderful. What a wonderful little cafe slash restaurant it is. So straight away making sales, which I'm very pleased with. So that's good news. The other bit of good news is we're starting to see flights fill up for our medium stands, which is great because that's more money. And I'm not going to complain about more money. And I don't think, other than all those notifications I did, I think now our notifications have steadied down. So we shouldn't be having too many issues. This flight takes off... there we go, yeah. So everything seems to be running a bit better now. We've closed one stand and things just seem to start moving a little bit. Even down here, look, they're moving, they're taking off, they're doing as they should. And I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously the mediums are going to have no issues. There's only two stands at the moment. But what we should start seeing is that we're actually going to be making more money. Hopefully we get a nice bonus from this store as long as they hit their target. It's going to be touch and go, that. Here though, it's already an alright start. People already sitting down. It's next to the medium stand, so it should do quite well. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that sort of worked out in the end. So we got there. Fantastic. That's the episode. In the next episode, we'll look at expanding and growing and making as much moolah as possible. Let's be honest, that's the most important thing. We'll also look at beautifying this up a little bit more, adding maybe a few more plants and stuff. Windows, most definitely, because very important in airport windows. getting all that in place, and then yeah, I will be exceptionally pleased when that's done. What I'll also start doing is assigning airlines to these stands, so they've all got their own individual airlines, and then what we can do is start doing these up to match the airline, maybe even put them in little rooms, little waiting areas. Quite like that idea, and yeah, things will start looking very rosily indeed. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will catch every single one of you, all of you, every single one of you, on the flippity flip. Bye bye everybody. Bye.